So I just finished watching The Punisher One Last Kill, and here's my spoiler-free review. So this is the MCU's third TV special, or as they call it, special presentation. First they made Werewolf by Night, then they made the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, and now, almost 3.5 years later, they made The Punisher One Last Kill. I personally reckon that a 44-minute standalone story about the Punisher slash Frank Castle going full on John Wick for 44 minutes suits this format very well. The first half of this special is the setup and introducing us to the main antagonist, Manyuchi, who is on revenge against Castle for killing her family, to which he committed in turn because her family was responsible for his family's murder at Central Park. Conversely, the second half of this TV special is exactly what we signed up for, which is non-stop John Wick-like action sequences where the Punisher is constantly taking out people who are trying to kill him and uses whatever weapon he can quickly improvise to defend himself and kill them. I like how the setup for this episode is very simple, since it doesn't involve any convoluted plots nor heavy MCU setup. But I feel like this episode could have easily traded a lot of the setup time at the first half of this episode for more non-stop John Wick-like action throughout the entire episode. At the start of this special, there was something that just threw me off completely, and I just believe it was not necessary at all. If you saw this special already, I'm sure you know what I'm referring to. Also, it's been over a decade since Jon Bernthal's debut as the Punisher, and it's so frustrating that we are still seeing repercussions of his family's murder and him avenging it, as well as his skepticism of whether he wants to continue being the Punisher, and showcasing his emotional vulnerability and grief is now starting to get very repetitive. I also didn't like how Punisher never wears his iconic skull shit for the entire special. I personally reckon that this special should have instead focused on the Punisher taking down and punishing various criminals, maybe with or without Manyuchi involved, instead of the mission still being related to his family's murder. Overall, I give this a 7 out of 10, and the back half of this episode I believe is what makes it worth watching, so check it out on Disney+.